How about the colour of this water under the boat? Is that unbelievable or what? This week on Luckyfish, it's not all sunbaking and spinnakers as Zaya makes a marginal mission into a cave, and we strike some rough stuff exiting a cut. We meet up with a remarkable cruising couple and their Narai. Take a look at this cabin. This is the porthole with a fantastic main cabin, double bed right in the middle of the boat, and then straight over into the starboard hull. Very not Wharram. These are the naughty people behind it. And bid a sad farewell to Joe.
Yeah. It's been an amazing trip, 10 different ways.
We left our mooring at Exuma Park headquarters bound for Foul Key. The light northeasterly made perfect conditions for a 12-mile spinnaker run south. How about the colour of this water under the boat? Is that unbelievable or what?
For the day, March 1st, 2018. Vessels under 90 feet will be required to pay 50 cents per foot for anchoring within the park boundaries.
We're just having a quick look at Rocky Dundas as we head into Foul Key to anchor while we wait for low tide. There's a couple of moorings here that you can tie your dinghy up against, and then apparently you snorkel in underneath the ledge and you emerge inside a cave on the inside. Sounds really interesting. Joe's been doing washing up down in the galley, something all our patrons do. We were letting him out for the moment so he can do some sightseeing.
Indy, stars, 16.
That's got to be an aircraft, right? We're just approaching our anchorage at Foul Key. So it's a private island and there's a private plane sitting on the end of an airstrip. It's a tiny little island. So they managed to squeeze an airstrip on it. Fortunately, the anchorage is free. It's right on the edge of the land and sea park, just outside it. I think Zaya's planning on doing some fishing here. Pretty convenient, nice anchorage, Rocky Dundas, short dinghy ride, perfect. Now we're just going to wait 4 hours for low tide. So low tide should be about 1 o'clock. It's 9:30 now. Should be able to get off the dinghy about 12, an hour before slack tide. Zaya and I have worked out our own anchoring routine, and it goes like this. We select the site together, looking at the chart plotter and proximity to other vessels. So when Zaya goes forward, she already knows where we will be when we stop the boat to lower the anchor. Once the boat is facing the wind, we wait for it to coast to a stop and then release the anchor. In light winds like this, I use the engines to reverse the boat slowly as we pay out the chain, meantime using the rudders to keep the bow towards the anchor. We always put out a minimum of 5 times the water depth of chain, 7 times in strong winds, And then Zaya ties the bridle pendant with a rolling hitch before paying out the rest of the chain. With the load now on the bridle and off of the windlass, I engage reverse gear at low revs until the bridle pulls up taut. Then I slowly increase the revs while looking abeam for any suitable objects I can use for parallax and check if the anchor has set properly or not. If the boat is not dragging, I give the anchor a final burst with both engines before shutting down. We were fortunate to be passing Rocky Dundas on a day when the weather and tide were almost perfect. Even in these calm conditions, the surge from the sea and tidal current made swimming difficult. It's a marginal visit at best, but Zaya made it into the cave while this beautiful shaft of sunlight shone down. She waited her moment patiently for the bigger sets of waves to subside before making her entry back into the sea. How'd you enjoy your Rocky Dundas experience?
Yeah.
It's pretty hairy.
Had to do it.
Yeah. Nice one. These waves got stronger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten bigger when I survived its way back.
Yeah. Next stop was a rendezvous with some Wharram Facebook friends we had never met. Connie and Larry are experts on the Bahamas and had been giving us helpful tips and directions since we first arrived. We found them tucked away inside the very shallow Compass Passage. As we approached their Narai 40 meander, something caught my eye. Just looking at Larry's stabilisers at the back there to reduce hobby horsing. Says they're quite effective. Take a look at this cabin. This is the porthole with a fantastic main cabin, double bed right in the middle of the boat, and then straight over into the starboard hull. Very not Wharram. These are the naughty people behind it, but you can't argue with the function of this thing. And who wouldn't like a cabin like that, eh? Beautiful. I thought you were going to give us a demonstration there, Larry.
$3 left, and then go back to Florida and have to look for a job. And of course, then you're looking for taking whatever you can do.
Sure.
So.
Larry explained he had built the boat in the 80s, initially with the flexible beam joints, but after a few years of cruising decided to glass them in, cut away openings in the hulls and build this very functional, low-profile bridge house.
Right.
So everything shuts down at winter time and perfect.
So that's worked out pretty good.
I do body work, and I used to work with the tourists trade that came in, and then I got a situation where I was working on a company that rents to the tourists, and that turned into year round.
Right.
And so that was hard to leave because it was so steady and so lucrative and so sweet, such a good community. You know.
It's hard, isn't it? Is all your power generation from renewables, or do you have a Jenny on board?
We do not have
No generator.
You know, we've got 400 watts
of
solar, and it's almost enough.
Yeah. It's almost enough.
You know,
it's funny, isn't it?
If we get 3 or 4 cloudy days, then we need to shut the refrigerator off.
How much storage do you have?
I've got 300 amps.
300, yeah. That's not a lot, right?
No.
So you got very low demands, right?
Well, yeah, really all everything we have, the lights are all LEDs, and so the refrigerator takes a lot.
Right.
They just take.
Yeah, they just do.
And ours is, we could probably do a lot better than the one we have with a newer one. It's probably 20 years old, but it still works. So
it's hard to say. Yeah, goodbye to that.
Yeah.
As we pulled away, I couldn't help wonder how many home builders have remained with their boat for as long as Larry and Connie, and got so much pleasure out of it.
What did you do to this floor?
That's cool, eh? It's like glass bottom boat ride. There was still enough daylight for a 6-mile hop on the outside down to Staniel Key. Over yonder key, 65,000 a night apparently. There's a very tight little cut we're about to go through, but not the sort of thing we'd do in any other conditions apart from these. Dead calm. Very strong current coming in though. We're going to bump the revs up. You can see the turbulence in the water as it comes through the head. So we'll just concentrate on the steering, give ourselves some power. Bow's going to get swept to the port side in a moment. we go. Took a bit of grunt to hold the rudder then. Now, are we going to move? That's the question. We've got a rock on the left we have to watch. Apparently we're doing 3.5 knots over the ground, so we are moving. The water is fair flowing through here. Probably 3 or 4 knots. We're speeding up again now. What's that, honey?
You're gonna go around close to the fishing.
Yeah, I will. I'll stay on the ledge. See if we can catch some dinner.
Safe, yeah. If it is safe.
If it's safe to do so, yeah. So let's put a bit of conch bait on our lure. I don't know if I'm fully in agreement with that, but we've caught fish.
I took the green one out and just the hook and conch now.
Ah, okay.
So we're going into Staniel?
Yes, going into Staniel and just looking at the weather. It looks pretty enclosed in there, but if the wind goes north, just taking a look at different anchorages. There's a spot out here in front of the yacht club. There's another spot out here. Another one on a sandbar next to the Thunderball Grotto, which is there. That's the cave. So yeah, got a few options. See how busy it is in there. So what have you cooked tonight? Is this the bonefish from the guys at Highbourne Quay?
Fish cakes.
Yeah, and why did they end up as fish cakes and not the lovely fillets that Joe filmed? What happened? Why? They've gone from fillet to fish cake. Why?
Because it was bone fish, so it's got funny bone all over the meat.
Yeah,
So
but you
well,
got
I was trying to pick all the bones, I ended up with mince. So.
you just got the tweezers and pulling each bone out individually, and then the fish fell apart. Yeah.
I tried it, it's hard to pull it out. So I was using knife.
Anyway,
It's good.
Is
Ended
it?
up
well, look, Joe's just had 6 of them. He's got one.
These are the best fish cakes I've ever had.
From a St. Helena Island recipe with a Caribbean twist now. Bro, okay, I'm going to start mine. Joe didn't eat 7, he's had 2. After a pleasant night, we left Staniel for our last leg with Joe to Georgetown. The norther had filled in, making for a choppy exit through the cut. We're sailing south in quite a stiff norther down the ocean side of the Exuma chain of islands, heading for Georgetown. It's about a 40-mile passage. Covered about 15 miles of it this morning. We had a request from a viewer for 10 minutes of uninterrupted Luckyfish sailing from the helmsman's point of view. So we've set up the GoPro, and Zaya's just recording some of the instrument information, speed, wind speed, etc. And you can watch the video here.
What are you guys doing?
God, Joe's on the stock market, seriously.
Getting back to reality here.
He's transitioning back to real life. Well,
Yeah,
debatable.
no,
That's debatable.
I'm gonna be a different person, I think, when I go back. Definitely sail more, I think. You know,
Sail more,
because it's like if I can take 2 weeks off and do this, I can take like a Saturday or Sunday every week. Or,
yeah. That way.
yeah.
It's been a great couple of weeks with this man. He's been
this
awesome.
dude,
Yeah, he's running away though. He's had enough of us. We're not going to let him go.
I gotta go home and do my laundry. Yeah. I might send you guys a video when I get back.
That'll be
do
awesome.
a little.
That might make a change for us.
Thanks for you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. I'm not good. I'm impromptu stuff. I'm not great at, but it's been.
Make it scripted. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Maybe I'll
throw
do
some
that.
of your humour into it, you'll be a
Yeah.
natural man. It'll go viral. In a good way.
It's been an amazing trip. 10 different ways. Cooking, stew. He's a great skipper. Everything. It's just been fantastic.
Both hulls still floating.
Yeah. Just
One piece
lifetime of
there.
memories here. Yeah, absolutely.
We will meet again.
Well everyone, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We'd like to give a special thank you to our patrons. It's because of patrons like you that make our productions sustainable, so please, if you haven't already, consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a video and become part of the Luckyfish story. Feel free to question, comment and give us a like and sub below. Until next time, thank you for watching.